Welcome to the Marketing Execution Podcast. This is the show for tech founders and leaders building B2B products and technologies. We show you how to go further, faster to get the business results you need.
From strategies to big except dreams, catch the buzz and join the execution. Marketing Convo.
Investors and founders, get prepared for a counterintuitive twist. Fixing weaknesses isn't your path to groundbreaking success. Capitalizing on your inherent strengths is. Today's episode explains why tech companies triumph when focusing on what they do best. It's especially true in enterprise technology and, say, where sales cycles can be long and arduous. First, in the interview, we tackle a critical aspect of your go-to-market and marketing strategy that could redefine how you position your company against fierce competition. Then, you can expect to walk away with actionable strategies to identify and use your unique strengths for a competitive edge. Finally, I'm your host, Mark Donegan, seasoned in building and advising tech companies. And today, Tim and I will bring you perspectives grounded in real-world successes and strategic foresight. Remember to subscribe to the Marketing Execution Podcast to avoid missing an episode. Now let's hear what Tim and I discussed about utilizing unique strengths as a formidable strategy to accelerate your company.
Mark, there's a concept that's really been buzzing in my head lately. It's about using what we're already good at to really push ahead. You know, not fixing what we're bad at, but pushing on those strengths. It's got me all fired up.
Tim, you're hitting the nail on the head here. This idea, it's all about leverage. First, it's about capitalizing on our strengths. Next, it's making sure these strengths are unique. And lastly, ensuring they're durable, meaning they last over time. It's simple, but powerful.
Strengths, right? So we're talking about doing what we're best at?
Exactly, Tim. Think about big names like Netflix or Tesla. They zoomed past others by playing to their strengths. Netflix wasn't the first to try streaming, but they nailed it by focusing on what they could do best.
And that's just focusing on the good stuff, not the weaknesses?
Right. It's like, why waste time patching up your weak spots when you could be building on your strong ones? You know, amplify what you're already great at.
Makes sense. So what's next after pinpointing these strengths?
Then, Tim, it's all about differentiation. It's not enough to just be good. You got to be different, like how Apple's design stood out or how Twitter's character limit set them apart.
Got it. Being different in a good way. But how do we keep that edge?
That's where durability comes in. You need to ensure your edge stays sharp over years. It's about building a moat around your castle, making it tough for others to catch up.
A moat, huh? Sounds medieval, but I get it. Protecting the kingdom.
Exactly, man. Like how Google's search algorithm was so advanced it took years for others to even get close. They built a deep moat that protected them from competitors catching up too quickly.
So this isn't just about being good at something. It's about being the only ones who can do it that well for a long time.
You got it, Tim. And that's why on the Marketing Execution Podcast, we dive deep into these strategies. It's not just about the flash in the pan. It's about sustainable, effective marketing that keeps delivering.
Right, so if I'm a startup founder, I should focus on what I'm good at, make sure it's unique, and then lock that down for the long haul.
Spot on, Tim. It's about smart choices, not just hard work. Choose your battlefield wisely, leverage your strengths, and always think about the long game.
That's quite a playbook, Mark. It kind of flips the script on trying to do everything, huh?
Totally does, Tim. It's about doing the right things, not just doing a lot of things.
And I guess that makes a team more confident, too. Playing to your strengths, that's a morale booster right there.
Absolutely, Tim. It's about building on positive momentum. The more you focus on what you're great at, the more wins you rack up and the stronger your team feels.
Strong team, strong performance. It all ties together. Now, considering all this, leveraging strengths, differentiating them, and making them last, how does a founder start identifying these? Any quick tips?
Start by looking at what customers love about your product. What makes them choose you over others? Then double down on that. Make it better, make it unique, and hard for others to copy.
Sounds like a plan. Dive into what makes you special and own it.
Exactly, Tim. Own it and keep pushing the boundaries. That's how brands stay relevant and powerful.
Powerful stuff, Mark. This really unpacks why understanding leverage is crucial for any business, especially startups.
And that's what we're here for on the Marketing Execution Podcast, to give you the insights that help you execute brilliantly.
Mark, let's dive into what this strategy could look like in action.
So, Tim, we covered a lot. Let me share what this means. From my experience, when we talk about leveraging strengths, it's not just about doubling down on what works, but transforming that into a real competitive edge that's hard to replicate. Think about it like a chef perfecting a signature dish that no one else can quite copy.
Right, Mark. It sounds like you're saying it's not enough to just be good at something. You have to make it uniquely yours?
Exactly, Tim. It's about crafting that unique twist to your strengths that differentiates you in the marketplace, like how Southwest Airlines combines low costs with high frequency and reliable service to create a winning formula in a tough industry.
That makes sense. So, it's like taking your strengths and mixing them into a special recipe that others can't easily replicate?
You got it. And the key ingredient here is durability. Your strategy shouldn't just be a one-hit wonder. It needs to stand the test of time to ensure sustainable success.
Durability. So, how do companies ensure their edge remains sharp over the years?
Well, it's about building that moat around your castle like we talked about earlier. But here's where it gets interesting. You need to continually innovate within the confines of your strengths. Like Google keeps improving its algorithms to stay ahead of competitors.
I see. So constant innovation within your strengths. But doesn't that require a lot of resources and energy?
It does, Tim, but that's where the concept of leverage swings back into play. You use your existing strengths as a lever to effectively use fewer resources to achieve greater outcomes.
Got it. Leveraging what you're already great at to maximize efficiency and impact. But how do you identify these key strengths in the first place?
Start by looking at what your customers rave about. What aspects of your service or product do they highlight the most? These are indicators of your inherent strengths.
And once you've identified these strengths, I assume the next step is to double down on them.
Precisely, Tim. Amplify these strengths, make them better, and ensure they are delivering exceptional value to your customers.
Makes sense, Mark. And when we talk about differentiation, how do companies find that unique angle?
Think about what you do that no one else can. Maybe it's your customer service, your technology, or even your business model. For example, Netflix changed the game by developing original content, which was a major pivot from just distributing content.
That's a great point. Original content really set Netflix apart. So, it's about finding that niche and owning it?
Absolutely, Tim. And remember, the niche needs to be sustainable. You don't want to be left behind if market dynamics shift.
Right. Sustainability is key. Now, regarding keeping these advantages durable, how do companies protect their competitive edge?
It's all about innovation and adaptation. Stay ahead of the curve by continuously evolving and adapting your strengths to the changing market conditions.
Adaptation seems crucial. I can see how companies that failed to adapt quickly fell behind.
Exactly, man. And that's why we focus so much on these strategies on our podcast. It's not just about catching up, it's about staying ahead.
Staying ahead? That's critical. Now, considering all this, leveraging strengths, differentiating them, making them durable, what's a common pitfall companies should avoid?
A common mistake is resting on your laurels. You might have a great strength now, but if you're not constantly refining it and pushing the boundaries, you'll eventually lose your edge.
That's a vital point, Mark. Always pushing for more. So, for our listeners who are ready to take their business to the next level, what's one piece of advice you'd give them?
I'd say focus deeply on your customer feedback. It's a goldmine of insights. Use it to refine your strengths and keep your offerings relevant and competitive.
Customer feedback is a guiding star. Love that. It keeps you connected to what's actually working and what needs improvement.
You've nailed it, Tim. And that's how brands stay relevant and powerful, by staying closely connected to their customers and continuously evolving.
Powerful stuff, Mark. This really unpacks why understanding leverage is crucial for any business, especially startups. Now, for those eager to put this into action, Mark, what's the first step they should take tomorrow?
Start with understanding what your customers value most about your product or service. Then brainstorm ways to enhance these features or services uniquely.
Perfect, Mark. Let's roll this forward. How do we see these principles in action across different industries?
You know, Tim, it's one thing to talk about great ideas, but the real game changer is putting them into action. Let's dive into how to do just that.
Absolutely, Mark. I'm all ears. How do we take these abstract concepts and make them work in the real world?
Well, Tim, it starts with leveraging what you're already good at. Take a company like Tesla. They didn't just make electric cars. They made electric cars that are fun to drive and have cutting-edge technology.
So it's about playing to your strengths and really pushing the boundaries on those, right?
Exactly. It's like if you're great at making pies, don't just make any pie. Make the best cherry pie that will make folks come back for more.
Makes sense. And how about creating that unique twist you mentioned?
Right, that's where differentiation comes into play. Look at Apple. Their focus on design and user experience sets them apart in a crowded market. It's about finding that angle that's uniquely yours.
Got it, Mark. So, once a company has that unique angle, how do they keep it sharp?
Innovation, Tim, continuous improvement. Google, for instance, keeps tweaking its algorithms to stay ahead of the curve. They're not just resting on their laurels, they're constantly pushing the envelope.
Innovation within your strengths. I like that. But, Mark, how do companies figure out what these strengths are in the first place?
Great question, Tim. It's about listening to your customers. What do they love about your product? What keeps them coming back? Those are your leverage points.
And doubling down on these points, that's the key?
Precisely. It's about enhancing those aspects that your customers can't get enough of, like how Zoom focused on delivering seamless video conferencing when reliability was a major issue with other platforms.
That's a solid example. And differentiation? How do companies nail that down?
Think about what you can offer that no one else can. This could be anything from a unique feature, superior customer service, or even a revolutionary business model, like how Netflix moved from distribution to creating original content.
That definitely set them apart. So, sustainability is crucial for these strategies?
Absolutely, Tim. You want to ensure your competitive edge can withstand the test of time. Continuous adaptation and sticking to your strategic guns are vital.
Adaptation is key, I see. And avoiding common pitfalls?
A big one is complacency, Tim. Always be innovating, always be refining. Never think you've done enough because the market will always evolve.
Always pushing forward, then. For anyone listening, eager to apply these insights, what's the first step they should take, Mark?
Start with customer feedback. Drill down into what makes your customers tick. Use those insights to refine your strengths and keep your offerings sharp and competitive.
Listening to the customer. That's golden advice, Mark. And it keeps you connected to what's really working.
That's the cornerstone, Tim. Keeping that connection strong is what helps brands stay relevant and powerful.
Powerful insights, Mark. This really delves into why understanding and applying leverage is crucial for any business. For those ready to put this into action, what should they focus on first tomorrow?
Begin by identifying what makes your product or service stand out. Then brainstorm ways to enhance these features uniquely. It's about building on what you already do well and making it exceptional.
Perfect. And how do we see these strategies playing out across different industries?
You'll find that whether it's tech, retail, or services, the principles of leveraging strengths, differentiating, and ensuring durability are universal. Each industry has its nuances, but the core strategies apply across the board.
That's reassuring to know it's applicable widely. Now, considering everything we've discussed, leveraging strengths, ensuring they're differentiated and durable, could you sum it all up for our listeners? Mark, wrap this up for us in a nutshell.
Sure, Tim. It's all about playing to your strengths, making them unique, and ensuring they last. Focus on what customers love, amplify that, and keep innovating to stay ahead. Don't just be good, be uniquely good, and always, always adapt to keep your edge sharp.
Love that summary, Mark. What's the standout takeaway for you from today's chat?
The big takeaway is the power of focus, Tim. Concentrating on what we do best and pushing that to new heights. It's not just about being better, it's about being different in ways that really matter and maintaining that difference over time. That's what builds a lasting brand. The Marketing Execution Podcast is produced by Growth Stage Marketing. We are on a mission to see your company reach wild success using marketing pods.
Too big accept dreams. Catch the buzz and join the execution. Marketing Convo.
Thank you for listening and being a part of the marketing execution movement and community. To learn how growth stage marketing clients reach more buyers and drive business impact, go to growthstage.marketing. That's growthstage.marketing.